The Druzynowe Mistrzostwa Polski Ekstraliga 2025 Round 2 witnesses a strategic King's Indian attack Sicilian variation, as Lagarde faces Kozak. Knight f3. Knight f6. On g3. On d5. Bishop g2. On e6. King castled kingside. On c5. This position is typical of King's Indian attack Sicilian variation. On d3. Knight c6. Knight bd2. On g6. On e4. Lagarde wants to play. On takes d5. On takes d5. Knight b3. Bishop e7. Bishop h6. Knight g4. Bishop g7. Rook g8. Bishop c3, and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop g7 played by Kozak. On c3. Pause the video and find the best move for Kozak. King castled kingside is best move here because Rook e1. On takes e4. On takes e4. On e5. Knight c4. Queen takes d1 position is equal. Let's go to the main line. On c3. On takes e4. Slightly worse move played by Kozak. On takes e4. Stop here and find the strongest move for Kozak. King castled kingside is the right idea because on e5. Knight d7. Knight e4. Queen c7. Queen d6. Queen takes d6 position is equal. Let's explore the main line. On takes e4. King castled kingside. Pause the video and find the best move for Lagarde. On e5 is the correct move because Knight d7. Knight e4. Queen c7. Queen d6. Queen takes d6. Knight takes d6. Lagarde have small advantage shifting to the main line. King castled kingside. Slightly worse move played by Kozak. Queen e2. Slightly worse move played by Lagarde. On e5. Knight c4. Lagarde considers playing. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5 and dominate the board. Queen c7 played by Kozak. Bishop g5. Bishop e6. Knight fd2. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Kozak. On h6 is a strong choice, since Bishop takes f6. Bishop takes f6. Rook fd1. Rook ad8. Knight e3. Knight e7 position is equal. Let's explore the main game. Knight fd2. Knight d7. Stop here and find the strongest move for Lagarde. Knight e3 is logical continuation as on h6. Knight d5. Bishop takes d5. On takes d5. On takes g5. On takes c6 position is equal. Let's explore the main line. Knight d7. Slightly worse move played by Kozak. On f4. Slightly worse move played by Lagarde. On f6 it is novelty move. Threatening pawn takes g5. Pawn f5 played by Lagarde. Lagarde might go for pawn takes e6. Pawn takes g5. Pawn takes d7 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop f7 played by Kozak. Threatening pawn takes g5. Bishop e3 played by Lagarde. Pawn b5. Threatening pawn takes c4. Knight a3 played by Lagarde. Pawn a6. Pause the video and find the best move for Lagarde. Pawn h4 is best move here because rook a d8, king h2, rook fe8, rook a d1, pawn c4. Pawn takes g6 position is equal. Let's proceed to the main line. Threatening knight takes b5. Pawn a6 played by Kozak. Knight c2. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Kozak. Rook fd8 is the correct move because pawn h4, knight b6, knight b3, bishop c4, queen f2, bishop takes f1 position is equal. Shifting to the main variation. Knight c2 is not the best move played by Lagarde. Rook a d8 is not the best move played by Kozak. Bishop f2, pawn c4, pawn takes g6, pawn takes g6, knight f3, knight e7, queen e3, bishop e6, pawn a4. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Kozak. Pawn takes a4 is logical continuation as rook takes a4, pawn a5, rook fa1, rook a8, bishop f1, rook fb8 position is equal. Let's explore the main variation. Pawn a4, rook a8 is not the best move played by Kozak. Pawn takes b5. Pawn takes b5. Stop here and find the strongest move for Lagarde. Pawn h4 is a strong choice since king h7, knight b4, bishop h6, queen e2, knight c5, pawn h5. Lagarde have small advantage. Let's analyze the main line. Pawn takes b5. Knight b4 is not the best move played by Lagarde. King h7, rook a d1, bishop h6. Threatening bishop takes e3. Queen e2 played by Lagarde. Knight c5. Bishop e3. Bishop takes e3 check. Queen takes e3. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Kozak? Knight a4 is the correct move because queen f2, king g7, pawn h4, queen c5, knight h2, knight c8. Kozak have small advantage. Let's proceed to the main line. Queen takes e3. Rook a d8 is not the best move played by Kozak. Rook a1. Knight a4. Pause the video and find the best move for Lagarde. On h3 is best move here, because bishop c8, knight h2, king g7, knight g4, bishop takes g4. On takes g4 position is equal. Let's analyze the main game. Knight a4. Rook f2 is not the best move played by Lagarde. Knight c6. Pause the video and find the best move for Lagarde. Knight takes c6 is best move here, because queen takes c6, knight e1, rook f7, on h4, king g7, king h2. Still Lagarde is losing. Let's analyze the main game. Knight c6, knight d5 is an inaccurate played by Lagarde. Threatening knight takes c7, bishop takes d5 played by Kozak. On takes d5, knight e7, knight h4. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Kozak. Knight c5 is the correct move, because rook d2, king g7, bishop e4, on f5, bishop g2, queen d6. Kozak heading towards winning. Let's explore the main variation. Threatening knight takes d5, knight h4 played by Lagarde, queen d6. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Lagarde. Bishop e4 is the correct move, because queen c5, queen e2, on f5, bishop c2, rook takes d5, knight f3 position is equal. Let's explore the main variation. Queen d6 slightly worse move played by Kozak. Rook d2. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Kozak? Knight c5 is a strong choice, since rook d1, rook d7, rook a5, queen b6, rook da1, rook b8. Kozak heading towards winning. Let's proceed to the main variation. Rook d2 is an inaccurate played by Lagarde. Rook a8. Time to think. Find the best continuation for Lagarde. On g4 is best move here, because knight c5, rook takes a8, rook takes a8, bishop e4, rook h8, knight f3 position is equal. Let's go to the main variation. Rook a8 is a mistake played by Kozak. Rook ad1 is a mistake played by Lagarde. Knight c5. Take a moment to spot the best move for Lagarde. On g4 is the correct move, because rook h8, bishop e4, king g7, knight f3, rook h3, king h1 position is equal. Let's go to the main variation. Knight c5, bishop e4 creates serious weaknesses in the position played by Lagarde. Threatening bishop takes g6 check. On f5 played by Kozak. Threatening knight takes e4. Bishop c2 played by Lagarde. On e4. Rook d4. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Kozak? Rook a2 is a strong choice, since Rook b1. Knight d3. On g4. On takes g4. Queen g3. Queen f6. Kozak heading towards winning. Let's analyze the main line. Kozak considers playing Knight d3. Knight g2. Knight takes d5 and take decisive advantage. Rook d4 played by Lagarde. Rook a8. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Lagarde? Rook a1 is a strong choice, since Rook a8. Rook f1. Rook a2. Queen c1. Knight g8. Knight g2. Still Lagarde is losing. Let's proceed to the main game. Rook a8 creates serious weaknesses in the position. Played by Kozak. Knight g2 is a blunder. Played by Lagarde. On f4. Threatening pawn takes e3. Knight takes f4 played by Lagarde. Knight f5. Do not rush. Can you find the strongest move for Lagarde? Queen e1 is the correct move because Knight d3. Bishop takes d3. On takes d3. Rook e4. Queen c5 check. King h1. Still Lagarde is losing. Let's proceed to the main game. Knight f5. Threatening knight takes e3. Queen e2 is a major oversight. Played by Lagarde. Knight d3. Think carefully what is the best move for Lagarde. Bishop takes d3 is a strong choice, since Knight takes d4. On takes d4. On takes d3. Queen g4. Queen f6. King g2. Still Lagarde is losing. Let's proceed to the main variation. Knight d3. Rook takes e4. Slightly worse move played by Lagarde. Queen b6 check. Take a moment to spot the best move for Lagarde. King h1 is the right idea because Rook takes e4. Bishop takes d3. Rook takes e2. Bishop takes e2. Queen e3. Rook f1. Still Lagarde is losing. Let's explore the main line. Queen b6 check. King g2 is a major oversight. Played by Lagarde. Knight h4 check. Lagarde fought hard but ultimately had to concede defeat.